Back again for another video. This time I have a little bit of a different treat for you guys. So I recently taken on a new submissive. Her name is Akasuki. It means, well, let's break it down first. Aka means red and Suki means love, but Akasuki means bright one. So that is the name that I gave her, and that's how she will be referred to from this point on forward. So say hi to everyone.
Hello.
You can come a little closer.
Okay.
Come a little closer.
All right.
So they can hear you.
That's what you was for.
Huh?
I thought that's what you was for.
Yeah. I mean, tell them about yourself. Your age.
Oh, I don't want to tell my age. I'm 31.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it matters my age.
Yeah. Where are you from?
New York.
New York. What part of New York? We never even talked about that.
So I was born in Queens.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was born in Queens. I'm a Queens baby with a Brooklyn heart.
Okay. All right.
But I was raised like on Staten Island, Park Hill, Shaolin, in East New York.
Okay. What is your even though we talked about this before, what is your ethnic background?
I am Egyptian and Puerto Rican. My father's from Egypt. My mother is fully Puerto Rican.
Okay.
From the Bronx.
Yeah, the Bronx. Yeah.
The Bronx.
Okay, so what we're gonna do on this session is she had some questions for me, and I told her, I was like, I think it's a good idea we do a recording, because these questions I haven't seen before, haven't heard them before. She wrote them down, took the liberty to take some time out to get them together. So we're going to go over a few of the questions that she has for me. This is, like I said, this is unscripted. This is purely off the hip as usual. But with no further ado, what are your questions, Aka?
So I already asked you most of them.
Oh, yeah?
I have. And I told you that there's some that I left, so I can figure them out for myself. Because that's that. But what we were talking about earlier, with you being a dominant, is this your reality or is this your fantasy?
It's a little bit of both, because even though it did not exist, it was still a part of me, but it was not tangible. So it remained a fantasy through my subconscious for a very long point of time. I talk about in another video where I talk about the subconscious and your critical faculty in your consciousness. There are a lot of things that exist in your subconscious. Just because you don't acknowledge them, just because you don't know that they're there, doesn't mean that they don't exist. But they don't exist in the reality because the fantasy world is manifested through you. And that's how we were talking about earlier about the inventions. You know, there was someone who thought of the car, but it was only a fantasy world in his thoughts until he created that. So that goes the same with the subconscious. The conscious and the subconscious are part of the conscious. They are still part of a forward-moving progression, but they have files to them, and some of those files are not accessible readily by you. And that's kind of what I went through for a very long time. I didn't know that I was dominant, but I was behaving like it. It's just that I didn't put any structure to it. There was no purpose behind it. It was just something that I did naturally, and it wasn't conscious. It wasn't a conscious thought. You know, because consciousness to me is a collective understanding of your reality. So it wasn't a collective understanding for me. But then it transferred from the fantasy world into a manifestation, something that I did with purpose. So to answer your question, it is both.
Okay. All right.
What are your other questions? We can go over those too. And then we'll give a recap on why you're here.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Let's do that first.
No, we can go to questions first. Get that out the way.
Is it a problem that I'm not sexually motivated?
No, at all. Because that's not the reason why you're here. Exactly. So that'll segue into, because I guess we'll call it at the questions, because I don't want to make it super long, but I wanted to give some back and forth feedback about who you are, the things that you have questions about. Like you said, I've answered most of the questions, but we'll make another video about that. That way we can, But I definitely want to get in why you're here. So, your question is it a problem that you're not sexually motivated? Like I said, no, not at all, because dominant sub-relationships come in many different forms, and it's not always sexual.
Okay.
Even though, even though we have engaged in such, it's not the cornerstone of our relativity.
Okay.
So why are you here?
Why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
I guess to do my own research,
mm-hmm.
and because I do trust you,
mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm. What is your purpose?
What is my purpose?
For being
here? Well, to go by your will and not my own,
mm-hmm.
and to nurture you.
Yes.
I am the nurturer.
Yes, you are. And I greatly appreciate that. The back rubs are nice.
But yeah, I like to serve.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, like, I agree with your ideology.
Mm-hmm.
So
you like the leadership.
So far, I mean, I already told you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I like your ideology. Mm-hmm. Like, I like the way you think. I mean, it's, like I said, common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to a different extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't agree with it, I would not be here.
Definitely.
So.
Okay. Well, I guess that'll conclude this video, and then we can get on with our lives. I don't know, what did you want to do today? You said you wanted to get out, but I'm not. I'm thinking that we probably can go to Garden of the Gods.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good little visit. That way I can teach you more about the rock formations there.
Okay.
So the different structures and the different layers and all that good stuff. But anyway, I guess that we will conclude this video. Let me open this up. Oh, it was only 9 minutes long.
Great, that's perfect. Perfect. I don't even like it already.
Why not?
I don't like my voice. That's why I said I thought that's your job. To like. Okay, so I want to know off the record.
No, go ahead.
No, like, so how I kind of look at it, because, I like to break things down to make it simpler, because you do use a lot of big words. Mm-hmm. But if I was like your instrument, like I'm your instrument pretty much, but you're my voice. Like you're the sound that comes out of it. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense.
So that's another reason I'm here.
Yes.
Because I don't want to speak. I'm like, I kind of feel like it's natural to me, but at the same time, it's not, because I am more like, I'm used to take care of myself and doing it by myself, but it's nice to have teamwork. Yeah,
because you said when we talked before all this, by the way, she had no idea that I was a dominant when we first met. She had no idea, and I was telling her, like, look, I'm a dominant man, so And she was like, oh yeah, that's cool, you know. And I'm like, no, I'm a dominant. And she's like, oh no, that's fine. And then and then some time goes by and you know, she runs across what was it? You ran across was it the paddle that
No,
that
I believe it was just because at first I said the wolf of.
Oh yeah.
And then like I said that before, and I was just like, like thinking about it, meditating on it, and then I don't remember. And
then you were like, wait a minute, you're a dominant.
I think you finally like used the word submissive, and I was just like, oh.
And that's when she said, my view of you completely changes now. You know?
Like it makes sense, but it was just.
She was about to treat me like a chump. That's what it was.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Look at her smiling.
Not at all.
You look guilty as hell. But it's all good. And that's the thing, you know. I like to, and you know, what I have to say is only meant for certain ears. You know, because if you couldn't hear me, then it wasn't meant for you to hear. And you heard me, and you was like, oh, okay. I get what it is now that I've been hearing this whole entire time. You know, other people, they do not hear that at all.
Well, I tell you, for some people, you know, we all learn differently. And then, like I said, with me, I'm not just going to hear what you say and, like, run with it. Like, I have to process it for myself. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't do that. They're just like, oh, it's not in that category, in that box, so I'm just going to dismiss it. Yep. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you heard me.
I heard you. But more than hearing you, like, saw you. Definitely saw you. Your actions do speak louder than your words.
I'm about to say the mohawk kind of gives us off.
No, actually it doesn't, because like I don't know, I'm learning a lot myself, so now it's interesting. But no, the mohawk doesn't. I still don't get the mohawk, but I like the mohawk.
Yeah, it's a good look on me. But anyway, now we got 13 minutes. But anyway, I don't want to make this too long. I guess we're gonna call it there. So tell the audience bye, Aka.
Later.
Catch you guys in the next one. May you have a good day and peace be with you.